So I'm over here trying to get the Instagram up as I usually am, and let me see. Let's see how this is gonna work. Thank you for whoever is tapped in, tuned in, and turned on. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, well, the Instagram keys thing is not working at the moment. So today, I was supposed to be interviewing Katie Woodruff, which she won't be here with us today. And that's really not what I wanted to chat about. So, for those of you that were looking for an opportunity to see what the whole journaling podcaster thing was about, it's taking time to write about what moves you. And also, too, how journaling can help with processing our emotions and what that looks like. Definitely wasn't expecting that. It's a whole different show like when you're doing it by yourself. But with that said, I was pondering a few things about the transition that I'm currently in at the moment, which is I am in the transportation industry, but I'm also transitioning into something that's called empathetic listening. Okay. I don't know if you guys heard that in the background, and it's just another fancy word for I'm a good listener. And with that said, I had to come to grips with something that I heard at the NASDAQ annual milestone luncheon back in a few weeks ago when I was in San Francisco. And one of the speakers on there, she said something so profound, and I've been using her quote very much like it's an overused quote now. So in the quote, she says the kindest thing that we can do for people is to have an honest conversation. Meaning, she gave an example of how when we talk to others and we're in a conversation of networking and we potentially want to do work with them, and we know that when we're in the conversation, whether we have the capacity to do that work with them or not, we are using that I'll get back to you as a sense of a carrot. You know, you put a carrot over a horse's mouth and they're trying to reach for it, and they can't get it. How come? Because they're not meant to get it in the first place. So when she said that about honesty, I thought about all the conversations that I've had with people that I've wanted to do work with, but didn't have capacity to do that. And I thought to myself, dang, would I want that done to me? No. Has it been done to me? Yes. Have I done it to others? Yes, I have. Now the question is why? Why? Why do we do that? Well, I think that can happen for a couple of reasons. But one of my main reasons for doing it is I really didn't know how to say, right now, I don't have the time to work with you, or I don't have the capacity to do that. But now that I do have that strength or validation under my belt for self to know that, hey, I don't have the capacity, I can now have those conversations. I think it's one of those things where you're like, dang, they might not like me anymore because I don't have work for them. Well, sometimes you just don't have work for people, or maybe you can't pay them. And this may be one of those moments to just say to self, like, hey, You just can't because you're not in the position to do that. So, with that said, going back to her quote when she said to be honest about where you are, and that's the most kindest form of communication we can have with someone. If you don't intend on doing work for them and with them, say so. So, with that said, I got a few emails that I need to send and talk to people to let them know that I won't be doing work with them, which is what I should have done in the first place. Well, as you guys know, my podcast is called Fran and Friends. The motto is finding healing through self discovery. So, as I take these lessons for self and continue to identify what it is for me that I need to do in order to become a better version of myself, honesty. Honesty with self is one of the best things that we can do for ourselves. And then that conversation will also spring out into honesty for others as we move forward. So, if you're not going to do work with them, tell them. If you don't have capacity to pay them, tell them. What's the worst that's going to happen? Yep. Well, with that said, y'all, thank you so much for joining me today. Yeah, I did say it's a solo show. Did I say that? Oh, well, if I didn't. Anyways, I didn't play my little thing for you guys, like my little video. So I'm gonna do it backwards today. I'm gonna do backwards. So here you go. Let's go. Let's get it. 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 Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. I don't know why I clicked it twice. Anywho, so yeah, please feel free to check out YouTube because I have lots more videos on moments where I get enlightened by my own actions, or even my kids when they're enlightening me, because to me, they're one of my first teachers. Thank you again for always joining me. You always know that when you see Fran, you know it's Friday. So thank you for joining Fran and Friends. I'll catch up with y'all next week.